Many people enjoy eating pineapple, but very few have actually seen how it grows. Most people assume it grows on a tree, but pineapples actually grow from a low plant close to the ground. And what makes it even more surprising is that you can start one from the top of a pineapple you already bought. That's exactly how ours began. Instead of throwing away the crown, we decided to plant it and see what would happen. At first, it looked simple, just a leafy top placed in the soil. It didn't look like something that could one day produce fruit. But with the right care and enough patience, it slowly started to grow. The first few weeks were quiet. There wasn't much to see except the leaves settling in. But beneath the soil, roots were developing, and the plant was establishing itself. Pineapple plants don't grow quickly, so the beginning takes patience. It's one of those plants that teaches you not to rush. As the months passed, the leaves became stronger and wider. The plant stayed low to the ground, spreading out into a thick cluster of sharp green leaves. It still didn't look like a fruit plant yet, but that was the stage where it was gathering strength. One of the most interesting things about growing pineapple is how long it can take before anything changes. You keep watering, keeping the soil healthy, and making sure the plant gets enough sun. For a while, it can feel like nothing is happening, but the plant is preparing for the most important part. Then one day, the center of the plant started to change. New growth began to appear from the middle, and it looked different from the leaves. This was the first sign that something was happening. Soon after, a flower emerged. That's when we knew the pineapple was finally beginning to form. Watching the fruit grow was one of the best parts. At first, it was small and easy to miss. But week by week, it became larger and more defined. The pineapple slowly formed from the center, and the shape became unmistakable. As it developed, the outer skin began to take on its familiar pattern. The leaves at the top formed naturally, and it started to look like the fruit we all know. Seeing that happen on a plant in your own garden is different from seeing it in a store. It makes you appreciate how unique pineapple really is. The fruit kept growing and maturing. We continued watering, checking the leaves, and watching the color. Pineapple takes time to ripen, and waiting was probably the hardest part. It looked ready long before it actually was. Eventually, the fruit began turning more golden. That was the sign it was getting close. The smell became sweeter, and the color deepened. After all that waiting, harvest was finally near. Cutting it from the plant felt rewarding because of how long the process had been. It started from something small that could have been thrown away, and months later, it had become a full pineapple. That transformation is what makes gardening so satisfying. After harvesting, we cut it open and finally saw the result. Sweet, fresh, and completely homegrown. The taste of something you grew yourself is always different because you remember every stage of the process. Growing pineapple takes patience, but it's one of the most rewarding fruits to grow. From a simple top to a mature fruit, the journey is slow, but worth it. And once you see how it grows, you never look at a pineapple the same way again. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more fruit growing and garden updates, subscribe and follow along with our next harvest. See you in our next video.